Good morning. Last class we have discussed about carbon to carbon migration of alkyl groups or carbon to carbon bond shift happening in aldehydes and ketones. Such type rearrangement happening in aldehydes and ketone. One is dienone-phenol rearrangement that we have discussed. Next is benzylic acid rearrangement that also we have already discussed. And in this class, another example, that means another rearrangement happening in aldehydes and or in ketones is Favorsky rearrangement. So carbon to carbon migration happening in aldehydes and ketones. First example, dienone-phenol rearrangement. Second example, benzylic acid rearrangement. And third one is Favorsky rearrangement. Favorsky rearrangement. What is Favorsky rearrangement? In Favorsky rearrangement, okay, look at here. When alpha haloketones treated with alkoxide ion will undergo rearrangement to give estates. This type of rearrangement is known as Favorsky rearrangement. So what is Favorsky rearrangement? When alpha haloketones treated with alkoxide ion. So what is alpha haloketone? Okay, you know that. Okay, we'll come back. Treated with the first you study this one. When alpha haloketones, keep it in mind, alpha haloketones treated with alkoxide ion will undergo rearrangement to give estates. Now let us go through a general reaction for Favorsky rearrangement. What is that? Favorsky alpha haloketone. Okay, I can write alpha haloketone. Look at here, R1 double bond O, correct? This is R2, R3, and here it is Cl. Any halogen. Here I am taking Cl. So R1, C double bond O, R2, R3, Cl. So this is alpha carbon, alpha haloketone. This is an example for alpha. In the alpha position, there is a halogen, alpha haloketone. When treated with alkoxide ion, what do you mean by alkoxide ion? Sodium alkoxide, general formula RONA. Alkoxide ion means RO minus or OR minus. Example of alkoxide is sodium ethoxide CH3ONA, sodium ethoxide CH3CH2ONA. Ion means OR minus or RO minus. Okay. Then what will happen? It will undergo rearrangement. This alpha haloketone will undergo rearrangement to give estates. We can see what is the product. Okay. What is the mechanism involving in Favorsky rearrangement? Okay, let us see. I am writing the same thing. R1 double bond O. Okay. Here it is R2, R3, and Cl is treated with OR minus alkoxide ion. OR minus alkoxide ion. Look at the mechanism of the reaction. R1 double bond O, R2, R3, Cl. Here our OR minus. This OR minus is acting as a nucleophile. So definitely it will attack at a positively charged center. So what is happening? This OR minus will attack this positively charged carbon, CO group carbonyl group, CO is slightly positive, then what will happen? This bond will be shifted to, correct? Okay, and we are getting this structure. So again, R1, here it is O minus, and here it is OR, correct? Again, here it is R2, R3, and here it is Cl. Clear? O minus is attacking on carbonyl carbon, this carbon, bond is shifting, O minus, and you are getting this structure. And what is happening in the next stage, you can see that this comes back, correct? Then you can see that this alkyl group, so we are studying about carbon to carbon migration of hydrogen alkyl or aryl group. Okay, you can see that when this charge comes back, this R1, this group, this alkyl group breaks from here and you will attack on this carbon, keep it in mind, okay? Simultaneously, this halogen atom will be removed from that carbon. Once again, look at it here very carefully. When this comes back, okay, that means here it will become a double bond. Then what will happen? This bond R1, this alkyl group breaks from here, from this carbon, and what will happen? It will be migrated to, again, this is also a polar carbon because CCl bond. So this is this one is breaking from here. This R1 is breaking and is shifted to this carbon. What will happen? When R1 is attaching to this carbon, this Cl will be removed from that carbon, and we get what we are getting. You can see that, and we get okay. Here it is. I am starting from here. RO, correct? Then double bond O, RO, double bond O. Here it is R2, okay, R3, and what is that? R1 is also attached, R1. Plus, what is that? Cl minus. Okay. So this is what is this one? This is RCOOR. This is ester. This type of rearrangement is known as Feversky rearrangement. Okay, once again you look at here. When alpha haloketone, this is alpha haloketone, is treated with alkoxide ion, will undergo rearrangement to give ester. Look at the mechanism. CO group is a polar group. So our alkoxide ion or minus is attacking on the partially positive carbon, and you are getting this structure O minus. In the next stage, look at here very carefully. This comes back. Okay, simultaneously what is happening? The alkyl group break. This alkyl group is breaking from here, and this alkyl group is attaching on this carbon, and the Cl is our leaving group. When is this attaching, the Cl is removed, and you are getting ester. This type of rearrangement is known as Feversky rearrangement. So in Feversky rearrangement, look at here, how will you know whether the rearrangement is Feversky or not? For the condition is, you have to check whether the compound is alpha haloketone, and second, your reagent is alkoxide ion. If any alkoxide is present, and if the reaction is between alpha haloketone and alkoxide, definitely the rearrangement is Feversky rearrangement. Let us discuss some other example. Another example, we are taking a cyclic ketone. Look at here, what is happening? Okay. Double bond O, here it is Cl. Again, it is given OR minus. Okay, what is the mechanism of the reaction? This is also, first you have to check. Definitely this is alpha in the alpha position, there is a halogen. That means this is alpha haloketone, and the attacking reagent is alkoxide ion. See the mechanism of this reaction, what you are getting. Okay, let us see. Here it is, here it is like this, double bond O, Cl, and your OR minus, and this is nucleophile is attacking on this positively charged carbon, and that time what will happen? This bond will be migrated to this oxygen, and you get the structure like this, okay, correct? And here it is Cl, and here it is OET, or it not okay, you can write it as or. This or is attached, and here it is O minus, correct? The structure is like this. This OR is attached, the bond is shifted, O minus, and in the next step you can see that, look at here very carefully, this one, this charge is, electron is shifting to here, that means here become a double bond. That time you can see that this bond, that means this bond breaks from this carbon and it will attack on this CCl, and what will happen? Cl will be removed. Cl will be removed. That is important. You can see that when this electron comes back, you can see that instead of alkyl shift, you can see that in this position there is a bond only. That bond will break. That means here it is 1-2 bond shift only. Here it is 1-2 bond shift. This bond breaks from this carbon and it is shifting. The ring will be changed into a 5-membered ring. Okay, this bond breaks from this carbon and it is joining to here. CCl bond, again Cl is partially positive, therefore it is attacking on this carbon. That time Cl will be removed and you get, correct, it will become a 3-membered ring, and you can see that you are getting, okay, here it is, what is that, double bond O and OR, double bond OR, okay, correct, okay, okay. 5-membered and this bond, okay, this bond and double bond OR, okay, you are getting ester. This type of rearrangement is known as Favorsky rearrangement. Look at the mechanism, alkoxide ion is attacking, O minus, when it comes back, the bond breaks from here and it is shifting to here, 1-2 bond shift, and you are getting a 5-membered ring, and that is changed into a what is that? Into an ester. This type of rearrangement is known as the Favorsky rearrangement. Okay, now let us move to a more complicated example coming under Favorsky rearrangement. Look at here. One more example, last example coming in under Favorsky rearrangement. Okay, this is suppose this is our compound. Okay. Okay. And it is treated with the one Br2. Second reagent is NaOET, sodium ethoxide, and ethanol, C2H5OH, ethanol, NaOET and ethanol. Suppose these are the reagent, and this is your question. What type of rearrangement and what will be the product? Okay, so look at here. You can see that anyway, sodium ethoxide is there. That means alkoxide ion is there, and you can see that there is a bromine also. That means this is alpha beta unsaturated ketone, and bromine is also given. Our Favorsky reagent, what is that? Favorsky reagent, alkoxide ion is there. So let us see the mechanism of this reaction. Okay, look at here. Okay, here, and double bond O, and here it is double bond, and here are 2 alkyl group. Okay, now first step, we are attacked by Br2. Attack by Br2 is a simple addition reaction. Here you can see that C double bond C. That means attack by Br2 is a simple addition reaction. So what you will get? You are getting by addition reaction. You are getting, here it is okay, double bond O. What is that here? Okay, here it is one Br, and here is another Br. That means one of the bonds break, and one Br is here, one Br in this carbon, and one Br is in this carbon. That means a simple addition of bromine. Okay, that you understand, very simple step, simple addition of bromine. And now you can see that this is alpha halo ketone, that definitely it will undergo Favorsky rearrangement. Now in the next step, we can see that but the step is little bit complicated. You can see that our alkoxide ion, OET, Na plus is there, no, OET minus is there, OET minus is there, and you can see that this CO group, near to this CO group, that means this alpha hydrogen, there are two alpha hydrogen, okay, one more is there. These alpha hydrogens are highly acidic in nature because of the presence of the CO group. This hydrogen is acidic in nature. Keep it in mind, each and every point, listen very carefully. Because of this CO group, this hydrogen is acidic in nature. Now our ethoxide ion, alkoxide ion will act as a base. That means act as a base. It can act as a nucleophile as well as a base. Here it is acting as a base. That means it will remove the proton. It will remove the proton. Okay, and it removes H plus. And what will happen? This bond is shifting to this carbon. Clear? And you are getting the structure like this. Again, look at very carefully. Okay, here it is like this. Okay, this bond, and here it is a negative charge because OET removes a proton H plus, and what will happen to this bond? This bond is shifting to this carbon, and the carbon is getting a negative charge. The rest are same only, no change. This hydrogen is there only, no change. Okay, here it is like this Br, and here is also Br. Okay, clear? This step is very clear. Okay, in the second step, OET is acting as a base, and it removes a proton, and this bond is migrating to this carbon. This carbon is getting a negative charge. Okay, carbon is getting a negative charge, and the rest of the structure is as it is, no change. And in the next step, what is happening? Look at here. In the next step, now you can see that this negative charge, this negative charge is attacking on this carbon. Okay, this carbon, and this negative charge is attacking on this carbon, and what will happen? This bromine will be eliminated, will be removed, it will be ejected out. Once again, look at it very carefully. This negative charge is attacking on this carbon, and what will happen? This bromine atom is removed, and what you are getting? You are getting a structure like this. Okay, here it is like this, no change. Okay, and there is a new bond between this one and this one. Okay, correct. And here is our double bond, and what is here? Here it is like this. Okay, Br. Okay, Br. Okay, that means this is a bicyclic compound. We are getting bicyclic compound. We are getting a bicyclic compound. Okay, clear? Okay, we are getting a bicyclic compound. Okay, look at here. Here is a negative charge. This is attacking on this positively charged carbon, and during that attack, what will be removed? Our halogen atom, halide ion, is removed, and we are getting a bicyclic compound. Okay, in the next step, okay, I can come from here, or okay. In the next step, again, look at it very carefully. Again, our OET is coming. Our OET minus is coming. Okay. Look at here, what is the role of OET here? I am writing the same structure once again here. Okay, that means, space will not be enough. So what is that? Okay, here it is. Okay, I can again write it as, okay, no problem. OET minus, What is happening? What will do with OET minus ethoxide ion? You can see that this ethoxide ion, look at very carefully. This ethoxide ion will attack on this carbonyl carbon. So now OET is acting as a nucleophile. It is acting as a nucleophile because what do you mean by the difference between acting as a base and a nucleophile? Base means it will remove a proton. Nucleophile means what is that? Other than a proton, if a species is attacking a positively charged center, that is, then it will act as a nucleophile. Here you can see that OET minus is attacking. Here you can see that. Look at very carefully. This OET minus is attacking at the carbonyl carbon. CO group is a polar group. C is slightly positively charged. Therefore, OET minus is attacking on this carbon, and you are getting a new structure like this. Correct? Now it is like this. Here it is like, okay, no change. Here it is no change, and here is also like this Br. And here you can see that here it is OET. Here it is OET joint. what will happen? When OET is attacking on this carbon, it is very simple. And what will happen? One of the bonds will be shifted to oxygen, will be migrated to oxygen. This bond is migrated to oxygen, and what will happen? OET and O minus. Clear? O minus. Very simple. OET is attacking on the carbonyl carbon. This bond is migrating to oxygen. So oxygen is getting a negative charge. Here it is OET and negative charge. Clear? And in the next step, look at here. In the next step, what is happening in the next step? You can see that O minus, this one is, this comes back, then that next step is important. When this comes back, when this charge is, then electron is coming back and making a double bond here. Now you can see that this bond breaks from this carbon and it will be shifted to here. Simultaneously, this bromine will be eliminated. Look at here. When this negative is coming back, okay, pair of electron is coming back, and here becomes a double bond. That time, this bond, here is a bond, and that bond breaks from this carbon, and what will it will be migrated between these two carbon, and here will become a double bond, and that time this Br will be eliminated. That means by minus Br minus, you are getting, now the ring is changed to 6-membered ring is changed to a 5-membered ring, and you can see that this will be like this, correct? It is here, and you can see that what is that? Here is okay, here is like this bond is here, and what is that? Double bond is here, and what is that? OET is here, and what is happening here? Here it is double bond and double bond. Here it is a double bond and with the two alkyl groups. Okay, actually this is the ring contractive product. Okay, Favorsky rearrangement. We can say that now the ring is a 5-membered ring, and this is actually you can say that this is the product. What is that? So after Favorsky rearrangement, you are getting this ester, and this is a ring contractive product. Ring contractive product. Ring contractive product. Okay. So once again, look at it here. This is our reagents, Br2, sodium hydroxide, ethanol, Br2, simple addition reaction, Br. Next step, our hydroxide ion is acting as a base. It removes alpha hydrogen. This hydrogen is acidic in nature. So this pair of this bond is shifting to this carbon, is negatively charged. And you can see that this negative charge is attacking on this positively charged carbon. And during this attack, when this is attacking here, bromine will be eliminated, and we are getting bicyclic compound, a compound like this. And in the next stage, you can see that in the next step, you can see that hydroxide ion, again hydroxide ion will act as a nucleophile. This will attack at the CO group, carbonyl carbon. So the OET is attacking on this carbon. That time this bond is shifting to oxygen. So you are getting a structure like this, OET and O minus. Correct? Now what is the next step? When this minus charge is shifted to here, there will become a double bond. That time this bond breaks from this carbon, and it will be migrated between these two carbon. That time this Br will be removed, and you are getting the ester. That means this is ring contractive product. Now again, actually if we want to, we can continue like this. You can see that our again hydroxide ion, OET minus. Again one more proton is here, alpha acidic proton is here because of CO group. This CO group is here, this proton is there. What is that? OET minus will remove that proton also. Will remove this proton. Okay, will remove the proton, and what will happen? This bond remove this proton. Okay, there is another proton is here, and what will happen? This OET minus will remove the proton, and what will happen? This bond will be shifted to here. Okay, and what will happen? This the one of the double bonds will move to this hydrogen. Okay, now you can see that OET removing the proton. Once again, OET removing this acidic proton. Then this bond is migrating between these two carbon. this bond is shifting to this carbon, and you can see that from our medium, what is that, plus H plus on H plus is attaching here, and you get the final product like this. Now it is like this, and here it is double bond, and here it is double bond O, OET, okay, OET, and here it will become a single bond, and here it is like this. This is Favorsky product. This is Favorsky product. Okay, you can see that what is that? Ester. It's an ester. Okay. This is a complicated example in Favorsky rearrangement, and look at the mechanism very carefully, and you can see the mechanism here. Suppose after this product, this ester, on treatment with the base, what will happen? It will change into the corresponding acid. It will change into the corresponding acid. Instead of OR, you are getting OET, you are getting OR. It will change into the carboxylic acid on reaction with NaOH or KOH. Okay, that's all about Favorsky rearrangement. And wait for the next video. Thank you.